Who do I think is going to win?
Roof and Morelos.
We all know how last one went.
It could go either way.
Maybe closer than a lot of people was expecting me to predict.
What's happening, troops? Welcome back to another video here on the SharpDiv YouTube channel. I hope everybody watching had a class Christmas and a very happy new year. It's the first video on the channel, and of course I was not uploading for the full of last year, but in the last 4 months when I've been back, thanks to everybody that's new, that subscribed, thanks to the folk that were here before and have engaged with the content. I appreciate it a hell of a lot. I'm just going to keep the camera in this setup today and quickly just bring you a prediction and my thoughts on the game. A question I want to ask though, and if you could get involved in the comment section below, that would be class. Is this the biggest Old Firm in history? Now, the reason I say that is potentially it's a massive turning point. If Rangers win the match, it might be a deficit that Celtic can't overturn. And if Celtic win the match, it can potentially change the way that this season has went so far. So it's Rangers versus Celtic at Ibrox Stadium in a massive game tomorrow. It's a New Year's game, which is historically the best game in the calendar year for us football fans, us Scottish football fans, well, Old Firm football fans. Probably get a bit of slack for that. And I'm absolutely buzzing to watch the game and see how it unfolds, because there's a number of different things going into this game. The first one for me is in the midfield. Ryan Jack and Scott Arfield will be out with the looks of it. And in that midfield is where I believe Rangers have been absolutely dominant over Celtic in the last 5 or 6 Old Firm games. And they do it through obviously being technically good, but I think overrunning them, just absolutely overpowering them in there, just getting the better of them, really. Glenn Kamara, Ryan Jack, Stephen Davis. And it'll be a different midfield going into this game. Glenn Kamara and Stephen Davis will be an absolute stick-on to starting the match. And you would think that the third centre midfielder will be that man, Joe Aribo. When it comes to the other midfielders that we've just mentioned, he is very different. And I think Rangers will need him to be his very best and to put in his best performance in a Rangers jersey in this match. So it's massive for Aribo.
I just wanted to jump on, give my prediction and, you know, what I think will happen in the game. We all know how last one went. I wasn't too happy, the boys were. But I think this time around, I'm hoping we get a win. If we get a win, it's not going to be easy and it's not going to be by huge amounts. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Celtic, and I'm going to hope that Sorrell does not get dropped, because he has been outstanding for us, and the same for David Turnbull. I know you'll probably be laughing at me by the end of this, or a couple of days after, but we'll just need to wait and see what happens.
I would be lying if I said I was really confident going into this one. I do think we can win, and my prediction will be a Rangers victory, but it could go either way. It's the same every Old Firm. I feel like the only Old Firms that were kind of definite were back when Celtic were beating us every Old Firm quite comfortably because of the teams that were getting put out. But I feel like we're both on the kind of team-wise, I feel like we're more level than we've ever been since 2011, obviously. But my prediction is going to be a 2-1 Rangers victory. I feel like Rangers will start slower than Celtic. I don't know why. I just have that feeling. I feel like Celtic will come out quite fast. I think they might even get the first goal. Maybe we'll get back into it in the first half, maybe early second half. And then I think it'll be really scrappy and up until the end. I feel like we might just sneak it. But yeah, I'm going for 2-1. And I'm going to go for Alfredo Morelos to get his first Old Firm goal.
Alright guys, I'm Jeep and this is my prediction for the Old Firm game on Saturday. I think we'll go with McGregor in goal, a back four, a Tav, Goldson, Hollander and Barisic. I think he'll pick Hollander over Balogun. No, Balogun's quicker, but I think Hollander's more solid. I just think he'll pick him. I think the midfield picks itself with Arfield and Jack being out. I think it'll be Davis, Kamara and Aribo. I think that's fairly obvious. And the only other surprise I think some people might have is I think the front three will be Kent, Roof and Morelos. Purely because I think they're our best front three. I don't think Hadji will play. Hadji's been doing really well. He came on and made a big difference at Motherwell in the last 3 games. He's played really well. But I don't think he'll pick him. My prediction for the game is I think it'll be really difficult. I still think we'll win. A draw wouldn't be a really bad result. It would be for Celtic, but no us. I think we'll win. I think it'll be 2-0 and I think Morelos will score.
Everybody's talking about what formation are Celtic going to play, what are Celtic going to do to combat Rangers, and I don't envy Neil Lennon coming up with that game plan to unsettle Rangers, because they just look like a well-oiled machine at the moment, and I think that helps Rangers. Everybody's talking about Celtic, everybody's putting the kind of pressure on them, and I think it's important that Rangers just approach this game like they have the other ones. Obviously they're in a commanding lead when it comes to the league table at the moment, but they just need to treat it like another game. The game at Parkhead, for me looking in, the first 15 minutes, Rangers were blistering. They were after Celtic from the get-go. They get their goal, and after that, it was almost like they let Celtic have the ball. They were happy and they were content going in at half-time 1-0 up. They go and get the second half. And it was almost like every time they turned it on, they get their goal, they then sat back, they were nice and comfortable. And I think that's what Celtic fans were most annoyed at as well. And surely this game is going to be harder than that. Surely with the way that Celtic are set up these days, they're going to create more opportunities to score, they're going to cause more problems to Rangers. But then again, if you go off of the evidence from the last game, Rangers look really, really comfortable. So it'll be interesting to see how that one unfolds.
Hello troops, it is Sam here from the Footyadventures YouTube channel. Thank you SharpDiv for asking for my opinion on the Old Firm. Now, who do I think is going to win? I think it's such a huge turning point for the season, and the Scottish League has never been so competitive, and that is only a good thing for Scottish football as a whole, I believe. And yeah, I can see Rangers winning this one probably 2-0 or 3-1. I think there'll be a little bit of daylight between the two teams, and yes, I cannot see Rangers kind of giving up easy on this one. So yeah, I'm going for a Rangers win in this Old Firm.
Everyone knows Rangers are going to set up with a 4-3-3. Everyone knows how we're going to try and attempt to play. Obviously there'll be a couple of wee changes in there. But there's a lot of people calling for Celtic to play a diamond formation, to try and win that battle in the midfield, play their two up top as well. And I think it will be important for them to try and win that battle in the midfield. But if they try and make it narrow, and this is just a question that I'm throwing out there, if they try and do that, Rangers will surely have more success out wide, because there'll be an overload. And Rangers 4-3-3 means the right back and the right winger can 2-on-1 the left back, and the same on the other side. So I think it's fascinating. But then again, if Rangers push too many bodies forward, you potentially leave yourself open at the back on a 2 versus 2. So who do Rangers play? Do they play Balogun? Do they play Hollander? This is what it's all about. This is what the Old Firm derby is all about. This is what Scottish football is all about. This is why we absolutely love this game. Who else is going to be a key man? Obviously Turnbull's been playing really well, Sorrow's been playing really well for Celtic. So it'll be interesting to see if they can step up in this game and they can play well. For Rangers, for me, it's Stephen Davis. He is the man that will dictate this game, or attempt to. He's got the ability to. He's done it in the past several times. And if he's able to command this game, it will bring other players into play. It will allow guys like Joe Aribo to get forward and show what he's made of. It will allow us to get further up the park, get Kemar Roofe and Alfredo Morelos and Ryan Kent and Yanis Hadji as well, if he plays or comes on or something like that, to impact the game as well. It's huge, it's absolutely massive. And then you've got your fullbacks, Tav and Barisic, who are just on fire at the moment as well, especially Tav, of course, who's on course for Player of the Year. I'm just going to take I'll take a picture first, actually, so I can put it in the thumbnail thing.
That's some size of thing, that.
I kid not, I'm recording. Right, so we're in the Talk Scottish Football studio.
Yes,
got some nice wee...
There's Scott Sinclair.
No, where's the best one, actually?
Connor Goldson's up there.
Big Goldie boy out here.
Hey, Alan McCoy's the
Where was,
Oh, the other man there, that could be the difference.
right beside Bruni.
Got a man there that could be the difference.
There we go.
Scott Bay.
Plenty of diversity here, obviously.
Oh, aye.
So lads,
Yes.
we'll go to you first, Davey.
Yeah, man.
What's your thoughts on the upcoming Old Firm game,
Can't
mate?
wait, mate. I cannot wait. We've just had a big show there. It's going to be an absolute fascinating tactical battle. It just because Celtic have changed their shape, and we know how Rangers line up, especially in these games. They've got it nailed down to a T here. They approach Old Firm games. It's all about can Celtic find a way to prevent them doing their thing. And I don't. For the first time in a long time, I don't have a confident prediction. My head's telling me Rangers, but I've got this wee feeling that Celtic might cause them a few issues. I've sat the fence and predicted a draw, but I think it's going to be if Rangers do what they do, they'll probably win. It's all about if Celtic can stop them doing what they do, I think.
So what's the score you're saying then? Is it?
I shat it, I went 2 each.
Right.
The real question is how many Rangers players get into the Celtic starting line.
Oh no, that's Gimp again. See, to be fair, you've been overtook in the Kerrydale meltdown. That TikTok boys on there now all the time.
Exactly, he's took the throne.
Anyway, Ryan,
Yes.
thoughts in the game, mate? Excited?
Well, excited would be an overstatement. Certainly a little bit anxious towards this game. If form goes to show anything, Rangers should be walking this. It's just a weird one. Look, it's do or die for Celtic. We need to win the game, and the players and the management have to understand that. Whether it's as cut dry as that, we'll wait and see. Look, the optimistic side of me has got me feeling a wee bit confident, and I hate that. But you know what? We'll get there somehow. But it could.
Right, hurry it up! Come on, hurry it up!
Either way, but tell you what, we can do it. We can do it. Now, you want my score now?
Aye, go, score.
1-0 Celtic. Shane Duffy.
Right, let's do it.
Alright, SharpDiv, I am here to give my prediction on the Old Firmer prediction, by the way, that I've never once got right in my many years a day in YouTube, but I feel good in the coconuts about this one, people, so I'm simply going to go with Rangers 2, Celtic 1. Maybe closer than a lot of people was expecting me to predict it, but Celtic obviously have to go all out in this game. They can't leave anything on the park, so I do think it's going to be an interesting battle, but I do believe that we'll just have too much for them, and I think Kamal Roof's going to be massive in this game, and so is going to be the best player in Scottish football, which is of course James Tavernier, and the two of them are my goal scorers.
My arm's absolutely killing me, by the way. Wow. Gonna have deltoids like Arnie in no time. So finally, I'll just leave you on my prediction. My prediction is Rangers 3, Celtic 1. Let me know what yours is in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. I've been SharpDiv, you've been yourself. Thanks to every single person that supported the channel this year, last year even. Thanks to everybody that contributed to the channel this year as well, and to those in this video. For the first time this year, I'm out.
All my weakness keep